know that little dock side stretch of Main Street covered in deer? I know that small pile of leaves. God, it's good to be back. I've only waited 11 years for this. It's fine. It's fine. All right, brightness. You know me and my need to peek into dark corners. Let's go with a 55. It's a bold choice, I know. I guess English. I guess English is fine. And subtitles. Yes, please. Sorry. Pull myself together. I didn't mean to make that noise when I saw the two beautiful owl eyes of the Cauldron Lake cabin. What's it called? Bird Leg cabin? Am I very appropriate? Ah! Sorry, I was having flashbacks. Am I very appropriate? Foggy tree mug for such an occasion. It is a pleasure to be back with you. Here in Bright Falls, Washington. Let's see what our dear friend has been up to. Our friends? I don't know how many people are still alive, but I'm looking forward to it. Their death, I mean. Yes. Cosmetics? What? Oh, hello, Saga. I probably shouldn't be spoiling these things until we're properly introduced. There you are. I'm so glad to see you looking well? Are we gonna go with well? We'll change cosmetics later, and I'm sorry that I spoiled it. Dave! Good morning. It is so nice to see you guys out there. Alright. Give me just a moment to prepare myself. 11 years in the making. I can wait another 3. Järveksluin merta kerran, runon lausuihan. Trying to entertain you while I desperately attempt to put this link into Discord. Just in case. Just in case. Mysterinsen suveräisa vietti elämän. Alla synken valtameren varjois vaeltaa. I am not much of a let's promote my stream and put it on various social media sites and ask people to join, but it's Alan Wake 2, so I'm gonna put a little back into it. And I hope you don't mind seeing all of the back I'm about to put into it. Makes it sound very inappropriate. I just remembered, too, I'm swiping and swiping my ancient trackpad, which also sounds very inappropriate. And I have a mouse. I have a mouse right here. I could just be using that. Alright. One more location, and then we're good to go! I'm sorry for the wait. Where were we in the song? I forget. Varjois vaeltaa? Etsi tietä valon, luksi arman ainiaan. Ik sin sankajoren, sivemal matka pois, sitake hen hardelan. Goin loophaus eine ois. There. I'm done. I'm done. Hello and welcome. Happy Alan Wake Day indeed. Alright, my apologies that your ears had to suffer that brief interlude. And after 11 long years. Normal? I mean, we could go story and just enjoy ourselves. I mean, that'd be fine. Fine. I'll do normal. When overwhelmed by the enemy, look for a safe haven. Its healing light prevents scurvy.
Back to the beginning. We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story.
I have a feeling that's going to come back around to haunt us.
In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster.
Dear.
And monsters wear many faces.
I need a small life jacket. Welcome. Well, I lost, game audio? That's a bit strange. A bit strange so early in the experience. One second. Let me try replugging this, but it seems to be the game audio that I've lost. Large amount of hairy man buns. All good. Ooh, playable man buns? Yes. That's what I need. Oh man, my silly face is blocking his perfect little butt crack. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should turn off my camera so you can get a full drink of this tall glass of water. Show me that belly. Yes. No, don't be shy. Don't be shy and turn away from me. Alright, here we go. Ba-doo, ba-doo. Stumbling nude on the beach. It's my favorite pastime, you see. Some of the driftwood looks like legs, and some of it looks like driftwood. Tell if he's like mid-werewolf transition, or if he's just naturally that hairy. I think it might be mid-werewolf transition. Headcanon. No! No, my shame! Turn it off! Do you have any cheese crackers? I'm quite famished. No, you don't. I mean, I too would be a little frightened by a middle-aged man plodding towards me with his wang-a-dangle, let's call it, in the middle of the night. But what if I needed help? What if I was in desperate need of help instead of controlled by a gorgeously competent protagonist? Speaking here of Alan, I assume. Don't get me wrong. Some of it looks like legs. And some of it looks like a wang-a-dangle. Do we climb? Do you have that ability? Do you use your dangling grappling hook technique? No? Not that advanced? Then we go this way. Oh good, when he stumbles to the right, you can get just a peek of his perfect little crack. Glad I've opened up a wider gate so as to feast your eyes. This looks like a very familiar tree. Was I supposed to be jump scared by something? I was concentrating on the tree. I think I missed the... Somebody's angry in my night terrors. How did you get this footage of me wandering through my woods? I hired a private detective to strip you naked and leave you in the woods and then film your escape for my own private collection. Don't worry, I won't show anyone. How many people are watching? I'll show a few people your private footage. Your PI. Wait. You can sprint by toggling L3. Thank you. I don't know if I want to sprint in my current form. God, I wish I could access that cosmetics menu so that I could make him even more naked. Alright, try sprinting. This is very accurate, yes. This is how I run. Trap. Was that a small flash of a man in a pig mask? That's not what I appreciate in my day. Why are you in a pig mask, bruh? I've missed these woods. Alright, it's quite dark. Here we go. I'm figuring it out. Just a lighting situation. So slightly. Wolves are after my sweetmeats! At least I'm cleaner now. Started quite dirty down the beach, but this rain has washed my sins away. Civilization? Sin-civilization? The witch's ladle. Witch's hut. Okie dokie. I was gonna keep going away from the witch's ladle slurp. That guy's full werewolf transition. Only half the man he is. I seem to be desperately unarmed. Hang a dangle. I don't know if that packs much. There are multiple folks. I'm gonna go ahead and run this way. Ah, they shot me in the leg. Ow! At least had the decency to shoot me into my open butthole. I would absorb most of the impact. I don't want it. I don't want it. No. It's short-lived. Hemingway. Drugs. Decent of them to introduce themselves. It's bad.
Where's the rest of the stuff? Let's finish this.
What the fuck?
Get out of here! There's a cult hunting naked man! I guess stealing hearts? It seemed to be the purpose of all of this. What you gonna do with all them hearts? Making a solar system diorama? What a genuine privilege it is to be here. The long wait is over. Yes.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
Sam Lake,
I'm good,
James
Mom.
McCaffrey,
How are
Sean
you?
Ashmore. Yes!
This trip might take a little
All of
longer
our
than I
friends.
thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here.
Can I
Mom,
watch with your dad?
It's so good.
No spoilers. I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens
love you
when
too,
you go
Mom.
on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo.
I get the distinct impression that Casey will never stop brooding. Well, it's Sam Lakes, so yeah, the brooding will continue.
Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
Damn fine cup of coffee.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Don't
Nothing that
go
would
naked on the
cheer
beach.
anyone up.
Appears to anger the killer.
Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work.
What a wonderful place to begin an investigation. Or a novel. What a novel place to begin an investigation.
A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map.
Doing a magic trick? That is a damn fine cup of coffee. Return 1. Investigation.
Worth
No.
memorizing
I'm keeping it.
before we get swallowed up by the trees.
Where'd you go? Still doing your magic trick? He sure is.
I should take a look at that map.
Yo-yo situation? Whoa! I mean, it's impressive as hell, Sam. You must have been working on that for ages. Bright Falls Sheriff is already here, eh? Well, he's definitely gonna get in our way and call us big city folk and tell us that this is his territory. Unless it's Sarah, and then we'll probably get along quite well. Cauldron Lake map. Nightmare territory.
You're the one who wanted to switch.
I think I hear someone.
I'm not walking all the way back
Could
down.
be our deputy.
I can go take a look.
Deputy? We'll go together. We shouldn't split up this early in the woods. That's how you get
Jordan, I'm up here
scurvy.
now.
Sarah?
Over here. Hey there. Agent Casey, right? Sheriff
pushing
Bridges
me,
said you'd be
Sam.
coming by to take over the case.
Pushing me into the
You're half
bushies.
right? Anderson?
I guess I'll take lead. Step aside, Max Payne.
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Alex Casey,
Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy
protagonist
Mulligan.
from Alan Wake's
I
books.
just figured that, you know, that, Federal agents right here, Thornton.
And they can hear
My
you.
partner Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Should we get rid of him then, or what are you suggesting? I could use a briefing, but I could also use, I guess, a small croissant, if you've got one in one of your dusty pockets. Can I call you Dusty Pockets? Were there any witnesses to the crime?
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah,
Saga.
a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Peek at my beautiful naked butt. That's what they were doing.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But
City
don't
folk.
worry.
There it
Sheriff
is.
Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
Let's take a look at the body. Madam, so forward, jumping right in to get your sick kicks from the body. Brief me, and then get the hell out of here so that I can scamper through that chain link, would you?
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Going to go dive back into your own game. Absolutely, good luck. Thank you for stopping by.
Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person.
What about his
when they
pancreas?
should be, well, you know,
Pancreas status now.
inside.
I've got little chunks in my eye from being so sleepy. Just oh, so sleepy, and I made all these chunks while I was passed out. It's hardly fair.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple.
Sorry, you
Just
had to
through
see
the
that.
hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it.
Why are you
Everything's been
stationed
closed
this
since
far
the
away?
area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Mulligan, tell him I'm here waiting. I'll show him around.
They got it, Thornton.
Thank you. Scamper time, Alex. Would you like to go first? Deputy, it's been a genuine pleasure. Now let me just reach into your dusty okay, apparently I'm scampering. Let me check real quick. The voices of the folks are a little low. Let's bump that right on up. Let's go 90 with everything else. Bass reduction. No, thank you. There was almost no bass in that. It was just raspy. Combine all audio channels, removing sound directionality. If I do experience hearing loss in one ear because I'm not wearing that ear cup, does that count? It's quite a bit of motion blur so far, in my experience, but that seems to be mostly in the cutscenes, and I think it's sort of a drunken, naked beach effect, so it should be fine. Alright. Alex, did you ever notice that sometimes
Before we get to the
driftwood
crime
looks like
scene, there's
legs?
time to review the facts of the case so far.
Already getting
Make sure I'm
into
seeing the
victim's
clues
mindset.
clearly.
Access the case board inside the Mind Place. It is not the Mind Palace, mind you. Mind you.
The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head.
This is such a
The facts
wonderful
are on the board.
game mechanic. Something that I wish more games would do. To allow you to delve into your Mind Palace as a sort of pause screen. Didn't I just see you gurgling lake water out there? You're a good boy. My daughter, I presume. My lovely aproned partner channeling Hugh Grant in the kitchen. I say. And here's where I can watch Night Springs. Yes. Sit down, Saga, and allow me to watch Night Springs with you, using your eyes as a sort of portal. All right. Lovely mind palace. To the case board. To the Alex Casey board.
Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
Cut him open and stuffed him full of baby doll heads. What kind of sick son of a... The case board is a mental technique that allows Saga to analyze clues and... Clues? Why do I say that so often? There's no TH in clues. And progress the investigation. Need more coffee for this. The Cauldron Lake murders. Victims? All victims reported missing in 2010. Strange that. No other commonalities. Murder method. Slight difference in murders. Bloating. Only commonality in bodies, but not cause of death. I'm so bloated I'm gonna die. Chest trauma. Exposure to water post-mortem? Killer profile. Thank you. That's very sweet. Post-mortem tattooing of the body. Why? The murder targets have no discernible common traits. Well, where am I? Oh, I was not free to navigate the case board this entire time? Okay, thank you. Chest trauma resembles animal butchery techniques. Bruising on wrists and legs, deep gash in the chest, heart missing, nips attitude. All bodies experienced bloating, likely from that mineral-rich lake water. Ted Lane, dentist, stab wounds, bloating, bruising on the wrist. Wendy Davis, teacher, body bloated, large chest wound. Percy Wolf. Oh, there's even more information. If you hover over, the victim was reported missing in 2010. Discovered in 2012, buried in a shallow grave, so as to ensure he never gets to heaven. Found in Cauldron Lake, 2018. Some organs missing. Predation. State of the body does not match 8 years spent in a lake. Did they freeze her corpse for several years? Found 2 weeks ago. Chest wound was ruled as cause of death. Tattooing on the body is illegible. Is that who we were flip-flopping down the beach as? Dear Percy? Heart removed, strange tattoos. Bloating of the corpse is indicative of drowning, but only one victim was found in water. Most recent victim died of major chest trauma, consistent with the 2018 victim. Hard to confirm due to the condition of the body. 2 of the victims had bruising, some form of restraint, strapped or belted down. Victim number 3 was covered in illegible tattoos, a message from the killer, maybe, or their art. Apart from going missing in 2010, the victims have nothing apparent in common. The killer may be a sportsman or a hunter. A series of murders have occurred around the town of Bright Falls. Finding the connections will help our search for the killer. I think that's about all the info we're gonna get. Hey, show me this map. Show me this gorgeous map and zoom in, would you? Ah, the bony-legged path. My old favorite. Murder site just behind, / in front of, perhaps, the general store. Witchfinder's station. I didn't know we were actively on the hunt. Alright. Thanks for letting me delve into your Mind Palace saga. I appreciate it. I appreciate it and you so very deeply. What's this book? The Greater Washington Area. Alright. How do I leave my own mind? Ooh, but first, a little sip of my brain juice. Pinky's out. Pistols magazine, deep in my mind. That ought to come in handy later.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson.
I was just relaxing in my
We're just getting started.
Mind palace.
Let's head down a hill to the crime scene.
No, Alex, wait for me.
Fucking
I'm taking
nature.
lead on this.
Gives me a headache. There's too much
Sure
sky.
gives me a headache. Too much sky. That's understandable. I think you might be the only person. Unless you're talking about the bugs, and then yeah, I totally agree with you. Screw them bugs.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
Curious. Whip out your pistols magazine. Alright, I have no items. That's fair. I'll wait till I've got some sort of lock jimmying pliers or something. What are you doing down there, Casey? Put your pants back on. Maybe he's
Hey,
just doing
Casey.
that magic trick.
You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am.
Thank you.
You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Real funny, Anderson.
Well, I guess, dear Alex Casey is not long for this world now that we've addressed that out loud. Bright Fall's own virtual baking champ. Little Sally Upton's whole family erupted, oh God, the tragedy, into cheers when she won the big match this weekend. Was she playing soccer? Tennis? You fool! No. In this brave new world that we live in, her family was cheering her on as she won a match in a game that exists only on the information superhighway. Some salt notes in that one. Did you put salt in here? The game in question was Mega Baking Star, in which players compete to make the tastiest treats and sweetest eats for their virtual judges online. Bright Falls congratulates Sally on her big win. Aw, little Sally Upton. You information superhighway champ. Chaos at Cauldron Lake. Ah, you've gifted so many subs. And I couldn't be more enamored with you. That is very generous. Thank you so much. That was quite a volley over the starboard bow. I'm so sorry, I've been distracted with my mind palace. I haven't been checking your chat. Your chats and chits. Oh, thank you. It's a very kind observation. Mm-hmm. It is so nice to see you guys. We have been waiting and waiting for this experience. I'm so happy to share it with you. Rampage at the rental cabins. Unidentified man attacks vacationers in the dead of night. Sunday, an idyllic evening of barbecuing and late-night fishing, was violently disrupted. Saturday... What? How did we get from Sunday to... Never mind. As a mysterious assailant attacked park visitors, causing chaos and destruction at the cabins. Destruction. The incident left 3 people injured, one of which has been admitted to the county hospital. As to whether the attacker is still at large, Bright Falls police have yet to make an official statement, leaving local residents in a state of uncertainty. Witnesses to the crime were visibly shaken, just like Percy Wolf's butt cheeks, one of whom stated, "One minute we were laughing and toasting some marshmallows, the next we heard screaming coming up from the cabins. We didn't know what was going on, so we called the police and started running in the opposite direction," said Kurt Mill. Another eyewitness, who preferred to remain anonymous, said, "It's like he appeared out of nowhere. Suddenly my dog starts a-barking his head off, and this psycho guy comes crashing through the trees. I don't think I'll ever feel safe in the forest again." A representative from the rental cabins, who chose to remain anonymous, also wanted to remind customers, "Hey, pal, if you have plans to stay in our lovely cabins later this summer, please get in touch with us, as we may need to, rejigger some of the reservations based on the state of the cabin that you have rented with us. It may be drenched in blood," seems to be the subtle subtext. The representative went on to further remind future and potential guests of the wonderful amenities that can be found in their company's brochures and on the website, which is real nice, state-of-the-art. My nephew made it, and he's a real computer whiz. You should not whiz in your computer. I learned that the hard way. I wasn't done reading articles yet. I pressed the wrong button. Does a hike a day keep depression away? Is this about Nordic walking? It might be a bright, sunny July, but it's never too soon to start worrying about the gloomy months of autumn ahead. That's right. In the grand scheme of life, those dead, depressing days are just around the corner. What's dead and depressing about a wonderful, gloomy autumn day? Have you been taking your vitamin D? Nope, probably not. But for all of you thinking there's got to be another way, there's good news. Hiking, you see, has been proven to be incredibly beneficial to your butt and mental and emotional health. So get on out there and do it. Just don't forget a flashlight. In case it gets dark. I still wasn't done reading articles, Saga. When will you learn? Missing Doberman found on the trail. A heartfelt reunion took place this weekend when Mrs. Amanda Smith, seems like a pseudonym, was reunited with her beloved dog, Coffee Bean. CB, as his owner refers to him, had been missing for 3 days, and Mrs. Smith was afraid that she would never see her best friend again. "When I got the call, I couldn't believe my ears," she said. "I must have asked, 'Am I dreaming?' at least 7 or 8 times. It was actually 9 times," confirmed Ranger Stevenson, the man responsible for finding the wayward canine. "It's rare that you get to give those kind of calls, and I feel real grateful to have had the opportunity. What with all the predators out there, usually you're telling folks that you found their dogs dead, their cats having eaten them, And so it felt real good to give some good news, even if Coffee Bean is in kind of rough shape. The fur will grow back. But, I suppose that's all I should say about that." Ren said your mustache is fantastic. How dare you peek at my mustache? That is very kind. Thank you. And in lieu of a genuine recorded copy, which I still owe you, allow me to just take this moment to say, I am not a jack-o'-lantern. My name is Lewis. Sounded a little more old-timey than I intended. That's fine. And thank you. Alright, I'm finally done reading articles. You're right, Saga. You're right to back out this time. up here. Alex, sorry to keep you waiting. I was catching up on the local buzz. I'm so sorry. Gently. Gently now. What a shame. I am so sorry for my unchin. Surprise Xbox rave. I need to replace some car speakers now. I'm so sorry. You should put that on my tab. What a shame that one was. That was like a bunch of metal buckets and just an angry dwarf with a hammer. I am so very sorry. I don't know what causes that at times. And at other times, I also don't know what causes that. Starting fires is prohibited. Alex, stop being so smoking hot. Please do not feed the wildlife and leave no trace. I need a little Zen garden rake to go over our footprints as we pass. Alex, you're on rake duty. Because you're so smoking hot and rakish.
Stairs are out. You okay to jump down?
What I was trying to do, and now I'm scared to, that it will cause the crab rave to begin again, was just see what the difference is with no motion blur. Let's try this, because it seems quite blurry at times. I don't mind a little jagged-egged, edged pixelation. So as to not feel like I have glaucoma from the motion smoothing. Ah, Mirror Peak. It's a bit higher than I imagined it back in the day. What do you have for me? The mighty mountain in the distance is no other than Mirror Peak, the iconic landmark overlooking Cauldron Lake. From the right angle, its beauty will be reflected on the calm surface of the lake, mirrored in all of its inverted glory. Definitely in no parallel to the world of Bright Falls and its sinister sister, the Dark Place. Alex, tell me, do you have a sinister sister? Alexandra Casey. You're very confident about which way to go, Alex, but I'm curious if there are collectibles. So I'm going to go this way. Because if you're pointing out the main progress path, I wish not to go there. I wish to find all the collectibles.
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
No, it's Saga, actually. I would have thought after our many years of partnership, you would have gotten that through your thick skull. Interesting. Geometric shapes in the trees. Leading me further and further into the clutches of the cult, it seems. Did you just split an infinitive? Sorry. I didn't mean to. You've got to believe me. You should be ashamed that your Xbox did something. You are so naughty for allowing your hardware to do something unexpected. It's all my fault. I could prevent it if only I knew what in the hell was going on when it decides to randomly throw a party. Mortar Falls. This powerful feat of nature will revive the spirit as it does the surrounding nature. The churning, grinding waters, it was sounding very sexy all of a sudden. At the bottom, of the falls resemble a mortar and pestle, quite like the one the Witch of Cauldron Lake is fabled to have used to travel through the night. Let's see if we read that right. Fabled to have used to travel through the night sky. Just zooming through on a pestle. That makes sense. Is this a painted stone, or has somebody lost their cap? Assuming painted stone. Just a little tickle of ivy, as though to point me towards the secret that lies in the treetops. Aha! It is a small pigeon, and on that pigeon's breast are written the words...
Is that a kid's lunchbox?
Is that a kid's lunchbox? That's what was written there. Yes. Cold case. For your
Alex
cold cuts.
Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective.
There it is.
He hates
Gonna
those
ask.
cheesy crime books. But he really hates the movies.
So he's just coincidentally named the same as the character from Alan Wake's books. What's this? Manuscript fragments. The writing of our dear creator. My dad used to say, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. But he also used to say, scramble an egg and you'll have one scrambled egg. So I didn't listen to my father too often. He seemed to just sort of ramble. Not sure where the tough get going to, but maybe you'll find it inspiring. No problem at all. I thought it was just a clever winky face of perhaps a spider with multiple eyes. Half of a spider's eyes, and then a smirk. Alright, manuscript fragments can be used to upgrade weapons in the Mind Place. Really? Seems like an interesting source of weapon upgrades. Pistols. Again and again and again and again. Hold the fire button to activate auto-fire mode. Increase the magazine size by 50%. Land 2 headshots in quick succession to stun an enemy for an extended duration. Nice. I haven't the pages for these sorts of things, but lovely to know. The transition between those is so smooth and quick. I'm impressed. Feat of technical mastery. Alex, show me your feet. I want to see how technically masterful they are. Alright, so there was one more path over by the... I'm gonna call them dream catchers, though that's clearly not the right term. One more path this way, which I am curious about. And then we'll follow Alex.
I have things to do,
It's not time.
and this is not the right way.
It's not time for that direction. Alright, Alex, show me your feet. Why did you say that so sarcastically? Am I not welcome back?
Not a bad place
Would it
to
be
get murdered.
appropriate for me to give you a sort of
Getting back to nature is your thing.
congratulatory smack on the bottom? Because you're in the perfect position for it. I'm just right back here. I'm right back here, Alex.
Damn.
I should
Should've
keep
brought
our
an umbrella.
relationship
I
professional.
like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
The way that you hold it, I think most coffee is on you. Splattered about your boots and such. Boots and such, and boots and such. General store, where the killing took place. Perhaps in the rear. Let's look around a little bit first. Aw, no one's using the cell phone kiosk, as I believe it's called. know why I phrased it that way, but it cracked me up for some reason. I'm very easy to please. This is lovely. I don't care what Alex Casey says. It's nice to be out in nature, as long as all of the bugs are digital.
I think I saw something. It'll only take a minute.
I'll
you
wait
see?
here.
Some sort of witch-related cabin? Where she performs her rituals? The witch's hut. Here lived the witch of Cauldron Lake. Beware, her spirit may still haunt this place. It's oddly well timed for the window to blow open. Alrighty. This is the police. Sort of expecting the witch's hut to be locked as a historical monument. I guess they just allow all of the neighborhood kids to get in here and slurp their Capri Suns inside the historical monument. Whose skull is this? Seemingly no interactables. Yet. Though this rope is curious. This is what the teens use to tie each other up and provide short, sharp spanks to the bottom. Punishing. These some ghost footprints? Is that what I'm seeing? Alright. You teens, just be careful. It's fine to spank each other on the bottom, but as soon as you start kissing, Jason's gonna show up for you. No kissing near Cauldron Lake. Mug decoration detail shot, please. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Focus on the mug decoration. Ignore my face. Take my face completely out of the equation. It's just a lovely set of trees. If that is at all visible. And I hope that it has pleased you as it does me. Perf. Is that the sound you made when you choked on a small bit of eclair? What's back here? What's back here? I want to read these manuscript pages, which means I need more pieces. Ah, I've stepped right in the... Yeah, what happened? It was like Oogie Boogie Man down there, bursting with maggots, or perhaps just leaves. Friday. Midge told me today that her family's moving away. This sucks! I haven't even told her that I like her yet. What's the point anymore? She said her parents want to get better jobs and get her to a better school in a big city. I guess that's fair. Who wants to stay in Bright fucking Falls? I do. I want to stay here with the darkness and the cult member murdering. Sunday. So I told her, and she said, thanks. Fucking kill me. Monday, I snuck out last night again. Went to the big house by the lake. Instead of just watching it from here like I always do. Instead of just sitting around like I always do. Screw that, I told myself, and I ran off in my little shorts. Anyway, something weird is going on down there, and I'm going to find out what. I'm going to go back there tomorrow with better gear and longer shorts. And I bet I can find a way inside the building. Take some photos. It's going to be epic. Good luck. And I'm real sorry that you you told your friend that you liked them, and they said thanks. That's rough, buddy. Those batteries. I'm gonna need a lot of batteries. Especially once the sun goes down. Alright. That seems to be about the size
A
of it.
lunchbox again. Who's leaving
Except
these
for
out
this
here?
lunchbox back here. And encircled by the witchwool stones. I know things can get a little crazy around here, but if you're ever feeling scared, just remember that Alan is watching over us. It's comforting? I think it's supposed to be comforting. One manuscript fragment. Well, Alan isn't watching over us to the point of giving us weapon upgrades, that's for sure. I need about 10 more lunchboxes, please. You quiet down with that creaking, you randy teens. Whoop. Ah, rolled my ankle. I feel like I'm getting very far away from Alex Casey, but he's a big boy. He can take care of himself. Witch's Ladle, Cauldron Lake. Is this the Witch's Ladle? I could see the resemblance. She's got a hole in her heart, dear Liza. I remember reaching gently inside of there, back in the day. There is no mystery in Cauldron Lake being named after its cauldron shape. There is no mystery in Cauldron Lake being named after its cauldron shape. There we are. And yet, there are many mysterious stories about the lake. It being a gloomy doorway to the underworld, or of a witch whose cauldron the lake really was. The legend tells that when the affections of a local sheriff went unanswered, he accused the lady in question of having bewitched him. She was drowned, but her dropped ladle grew into a strange tree named Witch's Ladle, appropriately so. The woman returned to avenge her wrongdoers. If she was not a witch before, she was one now. She killed the sheriff, drowning him in the lake. Burble. Then she took out his heart and locked it in a box. With the heart, she would summon him from the lake to exact revenge on her behalf, or so the legend goes. Good to see you again. Alright, what do you have stashed under the ladle? Footprints. Perhaps of a wet and largely naked man who has left these footprints. But did it collapse after he came through? Who's to say? Certainly not the FBI investigative team. We can't draw any conclusions. There's gotta be a lunchbox down here somewhere.
Can't go any further. Water's too deep.
Oh, what? Worried about your boots? Come on, have a little spirit saga. Let's get out there, really search for clues. No, I agree. I'm also scared of how swampy this water is. Thank you for being the voice of reason. Witchfinder's Station. That way? What? But that would ruin my boots. Maybe there's gonna be some sort of sexy ethereal bridge in the later twilight. Maybe a magical horse will carry me thence. Alright, now I gotta get back to Alex. Let's try going up this way. Maybe Alex Casey will carry me thence. Maybe that's the secret. Yeah! Strap on your spurs. This area seems very familiar. As to where our dear friend Percy died. We're getting close. Did I run this way in my naked rage? My panicked, rageful nakedness. I feel like it was this way, but where's Alex? We should go together. Can we develop some sort of FBI call and response thing? Oh, there's his body. I see him just there. He's chilling, having a picnic. Alex! Marco! Go back and try to find him. Who's this? Deputy? Alex, we have work to do. Where in the hell? I know I was the one wandering all around, but where in the hell did you end up?
Anderson. Forest can be a dangerous place.
Are you hiding in the bushes? Where in the bushes? It sounded like he was behind me as I passed.
I'll look around.
Once I start a
See you in a
cutscene,
bit.
he'll...
Take your time.
Deputy Thornton,
Nope.
I take it.
I've definitely left
Me,
Alex behind.
at your service, ready to get this case
Talk
solved.
to the deputy.
Now
There
the
you-
body's behind the store.
Making
Come
a
on,
fool out of
I'll
me.
show you.
All right.
So,
No, after you.
FBI, huh? That's so cool.
He seems
Hunting
impressed.
down psycho serial killers and shootouts
Psycho
with the
serial
mob.
killers.
You forgot the
Qu'est-ce que
UFO
c'est?
cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Thornton, he's joking.
Let's just see this
The
body,
FBI.
shall we?
Of course we're hiring.
Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table.
It's...
Now we didn't touch
very
nothing,
wet.
You know, procedures.
Did you
and-
wet the scene of the
stuff.
crime?
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay.
All
Let's
right, I'm
start by
gonna need some
examining our
tweezers.
body. Does this fit
Check
the
under his
MO of
tongue
the
for secret
previous murders?
messages. Coins in his eyes. I guess I'll check
Step
his...
1.
Check
Examine
his
the
tiny
corpse.
wiener? I don't know. I've never done this, Alex. Are we supposed to check his tiny wiener? I guess that's the only thing I can interact with, so we'll start there. I'm just wiener height. Here we go. Is this what you wanted? This is what you wanted, Alex.
Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
Ritualistic. You unlocked your first key image. You can place it on the caseboard inside the mind place. Take me there. Up on the D-pad allows Saga to see active clues. The key image can be selected with A and placed on the caseboard. Show me my active clues. Cauldron Lake murder scene. That should go... Killer profile. Murder method. I guess just here? Just here. That's where I'm going to be.
Another body turns up just as we arrive in town.
Guess it's not really up to me.
Coincidence?
A new line of investigation. Another body has been found in the woods near Bright Falls. Perfect timing. That seems inappropriate to say right now. Need to see if this is linked to the killings we're here to investigate. When a key image is placed, it will prompt a new question. Objectives are viewable at the case board in your goals. Why? Investigate the crime scene. You're now free to examine the case board. Consistent with the previous murders? Well, let's check. What we know about the previous murders is that there was bruising on the wrists from him being bound, which it definitely seems like he was to this table. There were organs removed, and I think handprints on the bottom. Was that the third? Was that the third sign of... It does not pause the game. I'm very glad they told me this, because I would have assumed and rushed off to my mind palace to be safe. So they just ripped it out and left his heart here. That seems rude. Go back in front of the bench. There you are. Continue to investigate his whole body. 1 inch at a time. Collect. Shouldn't we wait for forensics? I don't want to just collect his
The killer
heart.
left the heart right next to the body.
You know, they sure did. They also
Bruising
found
on the
his
wrist
wristies,
from the
as you
cargo
can see.
straps holding him down.
Cargo straps from perhaps a lumber yard? Somebody's been Nordic
Incised
walking.
stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed.
Clues available. Alex, watch my back while it's not paused. Placed onto the open question. I would get to that by just down here, just scrolling down here. No. Here we go. Alright, I know they can be placed onto the open question. How can they be placed onto the open question? I guess is my open question. Does not seem to be a way to... There we are. Whew. Okay, so yes, this is definitely consistent. Whoop. Bruising indicates victim was alive when restrained. Matches other cases. Major chest trauma definitely
Doesn't make
matches
sense.
the other cases. Put it on the open question. There you go. Whoop. I love piecing together things with string. This is consistent with the previous killings. We didn't find any organs nearby the previous killings, did we? I don't know if it would be a mistake to link this with the consistency question. Let's give it a shot.
Heart removed from chest. Strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and
Matter
the
that it
straps
was
were left
left
behind.
nearby. It just matters that
More
it was
clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
Clues have resolved the open question and unlocked a deduction. As you advance the investigation, new questions will be unlocked, updating your goals. Who was the victim? So it was not Percy. This is our 4th. Good to know. And the killers? I mean, pretty good band. Sure. I'll go with you. Go with you Friday, don't say maybe. You can check the updated goals by pressing Y. I will. Learn more about the victim. Learn more about the killer.
Who is our victim? Who killed him?
Alex,
Need to find more clues.
who's our victim? Do your thing, buddy. I did my work. Really get in there. Get your hands dirty. Touch his heart. Lift his tiny wiener. Come on. No, you're not gonna lift his That just seems like laziness, frankly. What's this?
Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera?
Like from the police camera? Or was this already here? Before the police arrived? And they were taking pictures of his tiny wiener.
Someone was
Pre-lifted.
drinking beer. They spent time here. Waiting.
So we know that the killer has lips. Capable of sipping. That immediately halves the population of Bright Falls, which is largely lipless. Footprints? Apparently not
Multiple
relevant to my
people were
investigation.
here.
There we go.
Multiple killers?
Multiple killers are just some sort of sick little looky-loos here to get their kicks. Which I guess is genuinely what I am right now, so I can't really fault them. They also seem to have doused themselves in gasoline to cover the smell of their thick musk. And to ward off predators. Sadly, they've misjudged the situation, as there's nothing more tasty to predators than the smell of gasoline. Have you identified the victim? Tell
Any
me.
idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. Now, I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
So he also disappeared in
Robert Nightingale?
2010.
Oh, yes.
conte-
You probably knew him.
connection.
Brothers
There it
in
is.
arms. Oh, and sisters.
Another contestant. Robert Nightingale has reappeared. Nude on the beach. Just a flip-flapping. And I did not recognize him immediately. Because I guess, I don't know why, this is a personal character flaw in me, I didn't assume Robert Nightingale was that hairy. In my mind palace, I had imagined Robert Nightingale to be smoother. And that's exactly the kind of assumption that can get you
So
in
you
trouble
knew
as an
Albert
FBI
then?
agent.
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner
there
got killed
any
in the field, he went off to
Sexual tension between the
Got
two?
the boot pretty quick after that.
What happened after he got fired? Was he fired by the time he came to Bright Falls? Because otherwise, I think he died. He didn't get fired.
So what happened to Nightingale after the
Explain to
Bureau
me.
let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here,
I bet there's more to that story.
but no happy ending.
And I cannot wait to uncover all of the delicious chapters of it. So he also has been missing since 2010, as has my heart when the sequel took so long to make, but will be worth it.
Nightingale
fear
went
not.
missing 13 years ago. 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
Do they not know? I guess that's just a Federal Bureau of Control file, and the FBI might have been kept out of it, specifically. Just because they're the FBI, I kind of assumed they would have access to that whole file, but it is FBC that responded, and probably tried to keep it deeply under wraps. Alright, so we know who the victim is. Who was the killer? I've tainted the evidence! Oh no, Alex! Look what I'm doing! Look at me! Look at me in my silly boots, Alex!
Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here. I think that's everything. For now, at least.
Mm-hmm. Anything clicking yet?
Not sure.
Old claim.
Need to think about it.
Give me a moment. I'm going into my mind. Gorgeous. I love this. Makes me so happy. Alright, so the victim. Nightingale went off the deep end, and the FBI fired him. Put a pin in it. I trust Casey's read on people. Sounds like our victim wasn't mentally stable. No, he immediately opened fire on a largely innocent man. Okay, a mediumly innocent man. The victim is Robert Nightingale, last seen in Bright Falls 13 years ago.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
Mental state questionable. At time of disappearance. For later. Okay. I don't even get to make deductions about the tripod and beer. There was heavy blood spatter on the table. Splatter, even. I'm guessing this relates to the killer. I'm not sure if the blood splatter relates to the victim. I don't really see how his blood splatter identifies him, so, lots of activity here. It's unlikely our killer was working alone. I'm kinda guessing this goes with killer. But if I'm wrong, will it be an irredeemable error? Or will it just be like, slap on the wrist?
Boot prints,
Try it.
indicating multiple killers. Quite the party.
Was it premeditated or was it spontaneous? Well, they set up a camera for his tiny wiener, so that sounds premeditated to me. Looks new, brought by the killers. Why? To mount a camera? A weird snuff film? I'm gonna need to see that footage. No, not for that reason. Not for the reason you think.
They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years.
I can't
Why
get it
here?
out of my head. Now.
Why now?
The victim came from...
Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together.
Alright. It's profiling time. I was dancing around in the mud. You wrote muddy boots goofing. And then when I was, again, for like the 7th time, talking about his tiny wiener, you've changed it to tiny wiener goofing? Question mark. And now my whole brain is just repeating tiny wiener goofing over and over again, and we'll not be getting any work done from this point on. What was over here that was so interesting?
This mug always cheers me up.
World's best mom? Not the worst mom. Saga, I'm sure you are the world's best. That's gorgeous. Alright, let's profile the hell out of this guy. Using her intuition, Saga can discover new clues by profiling people of interest. Take me deeper into his bloated face. Missing person. Ritual murder. Both things can be true. Let's say missing person.
Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake, before his murder.
And his murder. What do you
Nightingale was
deduce?
chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the switch. It goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
Delicious juices, no doubt. Okay. I can feel... Really? You're not deducing, but feeling? That Nightingale came from the lake, but why now, after 13 years? Where has he been? Guess getting all fat and sassy neath the lake would be my guess. Are those all of my currently outstanding questions? The only one that is still orange needs more... Stop that. You stop making popcorn at a time like this. So sorry. Do forgive me. Or don't. I can't force you. Point of interest cases track objects and information that Saga's acquired to chart collection progress.
Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message?
Ooh. Who left these? You tell me. You tell me now. I found a strange lunchbox. Who left this here? I should keep an eye out for others. Also, I'm quite peckish. Bright Falls area, Cauldron Lake area, and... Who left these? Found near the witch's hut at Cauldron Lake. These are both Cauldron Lake area. Piece them together thusly. Or pin them together thusly. The note inside mentions Alan. Alan Wake? What the hell are these? The writer of the note is leaving these to inspire someone. Are the really for me? Yes, the are. The are indeed. It is nice that you keep your files in a little cabinet in here. It's lovely. So I am out of clues for the moment. Let's just switch the board back to the main case for now. And I am looking for more information about where the victim came from. Seemingly. I have no more profiling to do, question mark? Do I have any defiling to do? Seems to be about it. Alright, let's keep looking around. Absolutely adoring this entire setup. This is fantastic.
My first ever prank on Casey. A true classic.
Heh. He put so much salt on his food. Some of it got in the little divots of his waffles. It was hilarious. You can't get salt out of your waffle divots.
Miss you, kiddo.
We all know.
Soon.
Don't watch all of Night Springs without me. We promised we'd watch it together, and you are violating the agreement. Love you.
If only the rest of the Bureau knew what a softie Casey is. The lake is connected to
It's me.
Nightingale somehow.
Oh, I was in such a nice place, and now
Casey,
I'm back here with
let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds
alien
good.
chest cavity.
This way, right?
Right.
Well, okay. Well, I'll just wait here.
You enjoy the smell. Try not to think about his tiny wiener too much. Quick peek back here.
I want to walk around for a minute.
You know where to find me.
Do I, Casey? You seem to be somewhat difficult to find at times. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, for the record. What? This is one of the Ocean View Motel door symbols. But at this point, I
A
forget
creepy
which one.
twig sculpture?
This is absolutely an Ocean View door.
Wonder what's inside.
Confused.
I should take a look
Follow
around
these
for a way
steps.
to open this thing.
wash your hands, take the chicken out of the fridge, and then take a nap. Okay. Do those relate to numbers? We've got symbols, not numbers. Okay, so one of them is on the ground. How would I know which one that is? This does not seem to relate to washing hands, chicken fridging, or taking a nap, so I don't think that tells me anything about the sequence. Let's see what else we can find. Specifically about the sequence. Can we maybe put this away before it gets dark? I can already see it flying through the fog towards me as I desperately attempt to dodge but fail. Garden professional. When you're renovating your garden, trust garden professional. Alright, we're taking a peek inside. Did you just say chicken fridging? What if I did? What are you gonna do about it? If I said chicken fridging? Activate the flashlight. Yes, please. Right, wash your hands. Seemingly no discernible symbology here. Is there another sink? There's a nice symbol. Chicken fridging, washing hands, taking a nap. I mean, I guess you could climb into those luscious antlers and take a quick snooze.
Hey, Casey. What's the Forest's favorite shape?
Please, Anderson. Just one case without the
A triangle.
I don't get it.
Yes, you do.
Just think about it, Casey. You'll get it. You'll get it soon. Okay, none of these seem to apply to the sequence of clues we found. But maybe I'm just on the wrong track entirely. Take the chicken out of the fridge. The fridge is not interactable, but it does have a symbol. So that might be our number 2 on the combination log. It's time to take a nap. Aha, here's another sink. Wash your hands. So, a leftward leaning hourglass is number 1. The old leftward leaning hourglass. And then take the chicken out of the fridge, straight up and down. Regular hourglass. Take a nap is the sideways elevator. The Willy Wonka, if you will. Lee Wonka. Let this be a warning to you, fellow trespassers. Hello, fellow trespassers. It's me. They say the lake is a caldera, something formed by an erupting volcano, or the sinkholes it leaves in its wake. But what if that's not true? What if it's something else? Something less natural and much more man-made, intentional, even. I say the lake's not formed, it's designed, and it has a purpose. The lake is a hiding place. Beneath the calm surface lies a secret machinery, ready to be activated at the press of a button. And the people with the button, they're in that big house by the lake, preparing. I know it. First drawing. Waterline. Real caldera is made from a volcano. Lava. Second drawing. Waterline. Engineered structure. Strange machines. This guy's onto some real conspiracy stuff, and I'm here for it. This is good stuff.
I'm getting flashbacks.
Assuming
Remember Ohio?
we have what we
Sure. The North Side Slasher. But that case was completely
need.
different.
Slashes you on
The
the north
trees,
side.
Anderson.
He hid the bodies in the forest.
So, what do we have here? Back to the top. Back to the start. Whoa! Back to the start. Why don't you take what you want from me? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't take anything if you aren't one of the trees. The cult of the trees. I am not one. And yoink. What you gonna do about it? Stab me? Saga Anderson's last words were, "What are you gonna do about it? Stab me?" Alright, so that also counts as a clue. Let's hope that I'm safe for a brief moment. Let's see where this will fit in to the grand scheme. Cases? Not applicable to any of my currently active thought patterns. Okay. Thanks anyway. I don't have to go to the door. I can just leave at any time, but I like to walk to the door because it makes me feel like a big man. That was a fun little puzzle. Plus we got to talk about chicken fridging. Sounds like a weird Canadian sex act, but it's not. It is not. To clarify. Whip out the old flashlight again. Do I run out of batteries, or is that only for later combat flashlight use? The concentrated beam of delight also does not seem to really work in the out of doors at all. What have we? UFOs. UFOs, my favorite. UFOs and you! The ultimate guide to spotting unidentified flying objects. Writing this down in case it happens again and I forget. I got that feeling again. It hit me suddenly at 1:15 a.m. after I'd finished my AMA, I think, on the porch of the trailer. I got in the car and drove, chasing it. Starry, starry night. Not much moon, no, not at all. As expected, it led me past Bright Falls to Cauldron Lake. I tried to find the right spot, the right emotion, the right thought, the combination to have it all align, to make it happen. Terrified that it would. It didn't. Not this time. Frustrated but relieved, I scanned the sky for shapes. The objects. Nothing. But when I blinked repeatedly, I think I saw the after image of an octahedron. Octahedron. Why, that's so close to a dodecahedron. Polaris! It faded fast. When I got ready to drive back, I felt someone watching me. Here, but not here. It's him. I know it is. Does he know I'm getting close? I'm on the right track. I was right to come to Bright Falls. Lunchbox. I'll take it. How do you like the knitting, hero? I had it made just for you. Is that what's hanging in the trees? The knitting? 3 manuscript fragments. Now we're talking. Don't be stingy. So that again would go on the Cauldron Lake.
Did you know this
Side of
entire
Mountain Wood.
area is inside a caldera? This whole mountain used to be an active volcano. Imagine the force it took to carve this crater out of the earth. Calderas are pretty rare, so be sure to take it in.
So, essentially, we're standing in the gaping maw of hell.
You got it. I used to love geology when I was in school. I helped Logan build a great baking soda volcano for her science fair.
Cheating on a science fair? That's almost a crime, Anderson.
I'm not gonna say no to quality time with a volcano. I mean, my daughter.
Somebody's pushed this teepee over. That's not kind. No, it's more of just a ground-based lean-to. Your mom got lost, Alex. Yeah, let that one sink in. You just sit with that burn, no salve. Gonna meet him around this side. If the paths intersect.
I'm gonna go check something out.
Otherwise, I'll
Be right
never
back.
find him again.
Got it.
I found a little rabbit burrow. I'm going in. I'm stuck. Alex, help. The ladle. Good. Seems to be a sort of, what do they call it? Dead end, and yet no lunchbox for me? Are you sure? You're being very stingy. It would be kinder of you to share your collectibles with me. But okay, I'll go all the way back around for no reason. That's fine. Alright, I mean it this time. I'm coming to join you, Alex. Let me get distracted by something shiny off the beaten path again. Just been getting your steps in? What are you doing? When I leave you alone, you stand still. That was the agreement. I expect you to honor it. This is awkward. Just dead silent as we walk down to the lake. He has nothing more to say to me. Ah, you're finally going to give me that piggyback across the swamp. I appreciate that about you, Alex.
I didn't know trees got that big.
Really?
Gives me the creeps.
You need to get out more.
That's a big tree, but there's like
It is
redwoods
kind
and
of
stuff.
creepy, though.
There's even bigger. Are you gonna clear the debris from my path for me? Thereby saving my dainty little fingy tips? Go on, get in there. Go in there and get the debris. He is thinking the exact same about his dainty fingertips. Fine. Uh-huh.
Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales?
Someone was wearing those weird.
They come out
weird
from
toe
under the
shoes.
boulder.
It makes no sense.
There's a piece of paper on the ground.
It is soaking wet. The moisture in this page, you would not believe it, Alex. Did I collect it? May I? Mother? Oh, good. I just had to leave and believe that would
A
collect
page
the
full
page.
of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Mm-hmm, like a
About
manuscript.
time we got our first
Page of
words.
story. The killer left a message.
It's for us.
Killer
The
by
text
proxy.
is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
The
the
words.
These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them. Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right.
It's a
This
totally
is right
sick
up my
game
alley.
so far, yes.
Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us.
Hold me, Alex, I'm scared.
I should profile Nightingale
You
about
are
this
so
page.
cold and emotionless. Fine, I'm going into my mind palace. You leave me alone. You leave me alone while I'm in there. The page.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
Is it just the concept of darkness? Is Alan trying to secret it out of the dark place? 1/2012, 2010. Missing person at a time. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale, gone missing here 13 years ago. Now he had suddenly turned up, only to be murdered in a brutal and bloody ritual on the very day of their arrival. And then there was the page. This page. The first page they had found, not the last. The first step down into terrifying depths. Secret truths trembling beyond the threshold. Threshold. Reading the words, these words, felt like a message. Was a message. Someone knew they were here, what they were doing, someone playing a game with them, leading them on. An invitation, how could they not accept? The sheer audacity of this impossible mystery presented to them, even if they knew it would end up hurting them. Return. Our first official words, and I am so excited. Footprints emerging from under the rock that probably relates to his origins. Put that there. Trail has gone cold.
I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
Too many unknowns. Doesn't make sense. Are we asking the wrong questions? He came from Cauldron Lake. Footprints emerged from under the rock, but the trail has gone cold. Is there anything else here? Nightingale has something hidden inside of him. Fetch me the nitrile gloves. We're gonna have to go digging. There's more going on here than I'm seeing. I need to examine this body properly back in town. With a microscope, perhaps. And some snacks. Reading the words, these words felt like a message. Someone playing a game with them.
Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside.
It's autopsy time. Quick,
Casey,
Alex, grab a
I think
leg.
something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
But first, a quick selfie of us in the ladle. In the witch's ladle. It'll be fun. You don't seem enthused. I thought it'd be fun. You're crushing my spirit, Alex, with your coldness.
Whoever
Your
wrote that
humorless
page made sure
scowl.
it read like a story. Like a scene
don't
from
push
a
me.
thriller.
I hate all of it. The text said we'd find more.
I hate all.
I believe it.
But what's the purpose? They're twisting events to create their own narrative. To do what? Entertain some fantasy?
Dark,
Projecting
terrible
their
things.
desires? Are we characters or the audience? Witnesses to their design? All the above?
It's all about control. Deciding what happens to who.
Is it?
Don't let it drag you in.
Too late. I'm already hooked. I need the next chapter.
Same. Saga, you and me, same wavelength. Alright, deputy, grab a leg. We
Hey, you made it back.
thought this was Alan Wake,
Good.
but no, it's
I
all
hope you
about
didn't get
control.
stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Please don't do that with your eyebrows at me again. I'm a federal agent, and I will tase you. Alright, go ahead,
Deputy.
grab a leg.
I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem.
I'll do the
I'll
autopsy.
do it myself.
I'm
oh,
trained.
and Sheriff Breaker
Yeah.
called
She's
to
got
say
it.
he's got the Bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key
Sheriff Breaker, eh?
to the gate. It's a shortcut
Old
back to the
friend.
parking lot just up the hill.
Yoink. Shortcut key.
Thanks.
Must be that yellow lock we found.
Let's get the car.
Hey.
Drive to Bright Falls and talk to these witnesses, the Bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of
Just
coffee.
leave me here
Let's
with
try
the
that
strange
shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Alex. Come back. We were doing our job here. Why are you... Do you need to use the little ghoul's room? I know we don't know each other, Deputy Thornton, but I was just thinking, if you maybe tousled your hair a bit more, it would look less like that. So, just something to think about. Just give it a tussle every now and then. I know it's wet. The wetness isn't helping. Your wetness isn't helping, but just think about a tussle, okay? Oh, hey, baby. You're looking stout out here by the chain links. Tell me, what cheekbone exercises have you done to look like this? Ah, you were born Finnish. I see. That makes sense. Not something I can achieve then, since I wasn't... Yeah, okay.
Seems like a nice
Up we
town
go.
so far.
It was
Where
not
does
the
this
yellow
hide?
lock.
Pretty woods.
And I don't think we...
Cute
found
lodge we
any
got
other
set up in.
keys.
We should go for a hike if we get a
Maybe
chance.
next time.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but
I don't
hopefully the sheriff will be more
mean
helpful.
to be.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
Oh, you'd be surprised. Every time Deerfest rolls around, they see something this gruesome and worse. Don't you worry about the good people of Bright Falls. Hey, I'll be right there. I'm gonna check out this weird box. You know I can't resist a weird box. It has lightning on it. I'm gonna touch it. This is how I get the powers of Thor.
I think I saw something. It'll only take a minute.
I'll wait here.
Isn't it? Now that I think about it, if we're Saga Anderson, and I've just mentioned Thor and Odin Anderson, was it? I can't remember if I'm getting
There's
the name
another
right.
lunchbox.
Is there any relation? Am I part of the long and storied dynasty of... What's their name? The old gods of Asgard? We're all in this together, hero. Have a heroic day. This sort of seems to be taking the place of... I can't believe I've forgotten her name. The lamp lady from the original game who was leaving paint, yellow paint messages everywhere. Seems to be someone who has knowledge beyond the norm about what is going on here. Weaver, Cynthia, came back to me from my mind palace. Our dear lamp lady. My mind palace could be desperately wrong, but it feels like it was Cynthia Weaver.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod for a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe.
Whoa.
And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
Your steps in?
Stuff in something for us to find.
Sorry, no, it's my fault. This seems unsafe to stand under. Just spend a bit here, new boots goofing. Alright, I'm coming, Alex, I'm sorry. What's the point of being an FBI agent if you can't have a little fun, huh? High-five me, Alex. That would be fun. No, you don't believe in that sort of thing. I understand. I would never change the beautiful person that you are. We've reached a Trident in the road. Alex Casey wants to go that way. He's sort of a leftward man. I'm going straight right. Because I love
I'll
to
look
be
around.
right.
See you in a bit.
Take your time.
Oh, thanks, Alex. Didn't ask for your permission, but I appreciate it. The Rarest Wildlife in the Pacific Northwest by James Chute. I can't read it. I finally made my way to Cauldron Lake. The fence was easy to climb over, with the proper gear and skills, which I thankfully possess. Next goal, spotting the rare and elusive orange-crowned warbler. A little late in the season, but hopefully I can catch it before it begins its journey south. I've noticed intriguing behavior in the surrounding common bird life. They seem to be alarmed and swarm around the lake. No birds of prey nearby. There are some strange sounds carried on the wind, however. Ooh! Nothing I can recognize or explain. Getting a little concerned. I might have to find another spot somewhere safer. The sounds are getting closer. I wasn't done yet. Sorry. Moved inland. Foliage is stunning. Must come back in the fall. Had to stop and sketch this gorgeous vine maple, just at the way the Methuselah's beard hangs off it. This is why trees are better than people. And reindeers. Speaking of people, I saw some drunk guy staggering around the forest earlier, butt cheeks akimbo, acting weird. Maybe drugs. Kept my distance. Should probably find another spot. So annoying. Everywhere I go, it's either ooh or butt cheeks akimbo. I can't find safety. After I saw that weirdo guy, I decided to change spots again. Moved up the mountain a bit. Found a fantastic overlook to camp at. But I'm more interested in this Alaska onion grass. Invasive, but edible and surprisingly tasty. I started hearing wolves or wild dogs or something like 10 minutes ago. But they sound wrong. Rabies? I want to leave, but the sun is going down and my stupid phone is dead. I'm going to hide in the tent and hope they go away. Something is really not right about this place. Your nickname in high school was edible and surprisingly tasty? Was it fantastic overlook? Or was it up the mountain a bit? Alright, the fact that we found all of these documents scattered with his discarded belongings makes me think the rabies, question mark, may have made it into his bloodstream.
Toys. She's 14, Casey.
Okay. So, what do I get her?
Get her a book.
I don't know, like
Something
Razor
weird
Scooter?
and dark. Maybe that'll get her back into reading.
Her nickname in high school was
I wanna
Butt
walk around
Cheeks
for a minute.
Akimbo.
You know where to find me.
I love it. Alright, I will check the other path. I'm too curious. I'm sorry, Alex. This is investigative. I promise. I'm looking for clues. Nothing. I've just found a shortcut to where you were going. Hi. Is that our car? Get the AC running for me, would you? I'm sweaty from all this Nordic walking. But there are several health benefits. Let me list them for you in a voice most frightening. Lower cholesterol.
Did you get lost, Anderson?
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner.
Alright. We'll drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner then. Just 3 or 4 more paths to investigate, and then we'll do that. That's the plan.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
It's fine. It's a human man, it turns out.
Thornton told me we're shipping the body out. We'll take care of that for you. Don't you worry about that. Proper police work. You can trust us like you can trust the
blossoming ticker lilies in spring.
That was beautiful, Thornton.
Thornton? I didn't know you had it in you. How poetic. Yes! Improved stamina!
These goddamn city folk always think they know everything. It gets on
Still hear you, Thornton.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
I am within earshot, it turns out. You are a gentleman and a poet, but I know how you really feel about city folk, and it hurts my feelings. I'll just say. Give yourself a tussle, would you?
Welcome back, Anderson.
Alright. Thanks, baby. Let's get in the car. You've been standing around here all day. We don't have time. To Bright Falls.
I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery.
Sort of seems to be the end of
Need to swing by the
Chapter
lodge
1.
to get anything from the field
such a
office?
thing exists.
I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
Yes, let's feel the town together. Giant
The
dancing
diner's just
coffee
up the
thermoses.
waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
I know, right? Roasty toasty. And this time, the giant dancing coffee thermoses aren't just a figment of Alan Wake's night terrors. Can I save the game? It seems to be saving the game on my behalf. I might, call this one session, since it's just at the 2-hour mark. But just grab another cup of coffee and be right back for session 2. I'm not gonna stop playing. But so as to make this a little more episodic, I might end the stream and restart it. But I will not be going anywhere. If you want to continue to hang out, perhaps refresh the page in 3 minutes, and I will grab another cup of coffee and be right back with you and dear Casey. Momentarily. Thank you. If you are leaving now, and not sticking around for episode 2, either in the present or later on the YouTubes, then I'll see you soon. Otherwise, I'll see you in 3 minutes.